happy new year. It is 2020, and I also know that it's time for New Year's resolutions. So I want to talk to you guys about the resolution that I had last year and how I was able to accomplish it so successfully. So last year, I really wanted to make it my mission to run the Army 10 miler. Now, the Army 10 miler is a race that happens in October every year in Washington, D.C. And I'm not really sure how I came upon this mission, but I knew I wanted to run better. I knew I wanted to get in shape. And so this just seemed like the right way to go. So here's a quick, I guess, montage of how everything went, and then I'll talk you through it all. Hey, just finished an 80-minute long run. Went about 7 miles. Feels good. So like I said, it was my goal last year to run the Army 10 miler, which might not seem like a really big deal, but it's about 3 miles short of a half marathon. And so I felt like it was a really big deal to me, especially as someone who ran 5Ks or just ran for my fitness test for the military. So it was something that I was really looking forward to. And since it happened in October, I felt like it was a reasonable resolution to have if I ran maybe like an extra mile every month. So I was really focusing on slow progression, about training the right way, and really not getting hurt while I was trying to run these long distances. And I can successfully say that outside of my first couple of weeks of training, I made it through. Come here. Outside of my first couple of weeks of training, I successfully made it through the whole program without getting injured, which is a feat when you're going from running shorter distances to a really long distance. And I think that that had a lot to do with the way that I was training, or the fact that I felt like I used a really good coach, which was a free coach. I used the half marathon training on Audible. It's a 12-week program. 24-week program. And it was really good. Like, it was great for me. I listened to every single thing that the coaches on there said. I ran every single way and day that I was supposed to run, and it was wonderful. I definitely had to build it into my schedule, so oftentimes throughout the video, you'll notice that I was running really late at night once my kids went to bed, or really early in the morning once I had dropped them off at school, because when you're setting a resolution, it really has to be something that you are planning into your schedule. You can't just arbitrarily do it, whether it has to do with health or fitness or prayer or meditation or whatever it is that you set your resolution to be. It really has to be thoughtful and realistic and planned out to the T so that there's not any room for excuses. Of course, I missed a couple of runs like everyone does, but I made sure to pick back up where I needed to pick up to make sure that I was successful. I think another thing that really motivated me a lot was the fact that I had to buy a plane ticket to go to Washington, D.C. I had to buy my way into the race. I had to pay for a hotel. So investing all of that money and time and finding a babysitter into my resolution really pushed me to work hard at it, because those were things that I really wasn't going to get back. Something else that works really well, or worked for me really, was the fact that I invested in the equipment that I would need to make myself successful. So one of the things I did was I invested in a good pair of running shoes. I had always been running in Sauconys and I liked them, but it wasn't until I actually went to a running store. I think I went to Run On Mockingbird in Dallas to really get fitted for a shoe that was right for me. Your running shoe should be about a half a size or a full size bigger than your actual shoe size, and this is because your feet swell and because as you're running, your feet push forward. So I did notice that after running the first couple of months, my toes were hurting in the shoes that I used to have, and so I guess now I know why. These are the Saucony Triumphs, and they have about a mid bit of cushion, which I like. They're really light, and so far they've probably been my favorite running shoe. Got a little bit of dog poop right there. But I did invest in a good pair of running shoes, and I think this is one of the reasons why I was able to run so long without a lot of injuries. Now these are just extra. They're not like a necessity whenever you're starting running or anything like that. These are Aftershok's titanium headphones. Now whenever I was running in the past, I would always run with one earbud out, or sometimes earbuds would slip out of my ear because I have really little ears and because my ears get sweaty whenever I'm running, so it kind of bothered me. I also ran with one earbud out so that I could hear if there was cars, dogs, or anything that I really needed to look out for. But these, though a little expensive, have become a lifesaver for me. They're still a little bit big because of my head, although long. I have a really little crown like my father, but they work. They clip on here and they are bone conducting headphones. So notice that I can still hear everything that's going on in the outside world, but the music and everything conducts through the bone, like in my face, so I can still hear everything really well. It's really important to hold yourself accountable, or to have other people to hold you accountable, or have a way to hold yourself accountable for your resolutions. Most of the time they're not really completed, and some people like give New Year's resolutions a bad rap. But I think that the new calendar year is a great time to start thinking about new things that you want to do, new things that you want to invest in, new strides and milestones that you want to make. It's a great way to, I guess, realistically look at how well you've done or how well you can do, because you have that calendar to look back on. So good luck with whatever resolutions you are preparing for 2020. I know this year it's my goal to run a half marathon, so adding those 3 miles on. I know it may seem like nothing after you've run 10 miles, but I've been out of the game since then, so I've got to kind of start from scratch to get that running back up. And then I've got a few other resolutions with pull-ups and my children and fitness and savings and stuff as well. So whatever you do, make sure you plan it out, write it out, stick to it, hold yourself accountable, all those good things. Good luck, let me know.